Welcome back to Rating Your Reptile Stuff, the series where I rate your enclosures, your reptiles, your reptile rooms, anything under the hashtags in the pinned comment on Instagram. So feel free to post some pictures and tag your own and I might rate it. I don't know what episode this is. You can check out the others if you want. Today I'm just going through all the hashtags and seeing what we find. Starting with what caught my eye was SpongeBob. Wait, why is he in there? He's not from SpongeBob. Anyway, this looks like a college dorm. I could be wrong because I can't imagine college dorms allowing reptiles unless you just kind of snuck them in. But it's like you got the fold out table. It's a pretty small room in general. You've got all the random like sports stuff on the wall. You've got the sign you stole from the beach down the road. And then just the random chair thrown in the middle. I know the chair's there because it's TV and probably some game consoles. Yeah, there are. But overall, it's a very... I'm 19 to 21 years old and have 2 reptiles room, which is fine. I think it's actually a nice use of space and not too congested with the 2 little setups. Sometimes I get anxious with reptile enclosures on folding tables because they get heavy, but as long as you're not playing beer pong and jumping on the table, I think it'll be fine. So yeah, let's start it out with a healthy 3 stars. This on the other hand is like kind of the total opposite. The first image is just kind of chaos. I can't really tell what's going on. The dimension is... What is this a bed? A loft bed? What is that? Okay, let's go through the pictures together. So we got lots of plushies, random wooden chair, 2 enclosures, labeled as well. A different angle. What is... Okay, so this is a bed, I assume. More enclosures behind. You're completely surrounded. This is like... very... Wait, this is a kitchen? I mean, maybe it's a studio apartment. And there's a snake there. It feels very congested. And chaotic, but I like the colors. I like the plushies. Overall, it's not for me, but if you really want all this stuff in the room, it looks like you use the space as nicely as possible. But I think it stands out. And you got this little Pinterest hangy thing. Is that a chair? I'm just confused by this room. I can't figure it out. Okay, it is a studio apartment. This is the only room I have. Yeah, for a studio apartment, I'd say great use of space. I gotta give it 4 for that creativity. This is like the polar opposite. Okay, we got 2 enclosures. The image of my corn snake is a little blurry. But you get the idea. Also, the cabinet underneath the tanks is my supplies. Sorry about the tank on the left looking bad. 2, my bearded dragon suddenly died the other day. It would be a disservice to others to not give this 1 star. I just feel bad because the beardy died, but moving on. Oh yeah, GoHerping kitchen. I forgot, there's a couple kitchens thrown in here. A few of you tagged your kitchens, hashtag GoHerping kitchen. Alex would probably really like this kitchen. Alex, that's me. I really like this kitchen. Why is there a sea turtle? I don't like sea turtles though. So this went from like a 5-star kitchen to like a 1.5 star kitchen because there's a sea turtle on the wall. I want to do a video about sea turtles and why I don't like them, but that's for another time. I think what really makes this room is like these chairs because you got the little splash of color. Also these lights are pretty nice. Yeah, I like it. And what's really satisfying is how this tank perfectly fits on whatever that is. It's just an absolute perfect rectangle. It's a very rectangular room. You got rectangle here, rectangles here, you got that rectangle thing. I guess kitchens are generally rectangular. So I'm covering up the sea turtle if I put my finger and put 1 eye, and I'm giving it 4 stars. But, 1 star, 4 stars, 1, 4. Okay, moving on. Always space for cute friends. This is clever. I think it's a closet, I assume. And I did this at one of the rental before this rental, before the previous rental, before the other house, the rental before that, I used the closet. That was the start of Emerald Scales. The closet was Emerald Scales animals and the room was my animals. And it was really nice. I could kind of close it off, but they still had lighting. And I think it's cool. There's nothing crazy fancy about this, but it fits. It's a good use of space. You can completely hide them away if you need to hide them from a family member, a landlord, whatever you need to do. Very effective, very efficient. 4 stars because I like the idea, but I mean, overall it's just kind of boring. So still worth showing. That is a nice living room. Huge windows. That seems nice. I'd like to see a picture during the day. Got the TV right above that enclosure, which seems annoying. I feel like the light would kind of throw me off, but how many? I guess it's just 2 reptile enclosures. What are those things on the wall? Are those zebras? No, are they giraffes? Are they deer? I don't know what they are. I think normally I really dislike wallpaper, but I actually really like that wallpaper. This is it's another really cozy room. Sometimes reptiles can make a room feel like a pet store, but in this case, they look like almost little framed features. They fit in quite nicely. I like this room more. It's my favorite room so far, so 4.5 stars. Oh, but there's a dog, so I'm docking it to 4. Sorry. Not sorry. Why does he look like that? He just looks kind of weird. But to the actual room itself, this is the most themed room I think I've seen. It's not my kind of theme, but it all matches so well. It's just a forever Halloween theme, kinda. The black goes from the tapestry to the enclosure to the shelves to the decor to the lamp. And then that's wood, of course, but the wood kind of adds a cool accent, and I think it's cool. You've got everything that you want to display, and it doesn't feel too messy. A lot of Funkos are kind of trashy, so -1 star for that. But the way it's themed so well, 4. See, I don't like giving a bunch of same star rows in a row, stars in a. I don't like giving a bunch of same stars in a row, but it's only fair. This one is very different. This is more of a pet store feel, which isn't bad. That shelf is red. I can only assume the gray or the red was out of stock. So, snakes on the silver, lizards on the red. This is temporary until I get some enclosures from animal plastics. I think it's, overall, it's a very clean room. There's no dirt on the floor somehow, but why? Okay, I know every episode there's been a theme of bizarre chairs stuck around the room. Everyone's like, oh, it's to reach the highest up enclosures. Excuse me, this is a wood floor with a office chair with wheels. So, unless this is an Evel Knievel just cleaning enclosures, wobbling around on the office chair, I don't think that your theory is correct with that. Actually, he might just push out of the way because there's a desk there. But let's ignore that. Let's continue the conspiracy of weird chairs. It's clean, it's fine, but come on, look at the other rooms. This has more animals, so it's more animal centered. The other animals are kind of thrown in as highlight pieces, so 3 stars for this. GoHerping kitchen. What is going on in this kitchen? We got some croissant. We got a pastel ball python on a broomstick. It's all right. You're in the middle of kitchen projects. It's not gonna be super clean. I don't really know how to rate this kitchen. It's just kitchen. You just Google kitchen, you get to kitchen. So 3 stars for just kitchen. Why is this here? What are you doing? 1 star. 0 stars. Negative 0 stars. For, I shouldn't say your name because you're gonna get harassed. -0 stars for the anonymous contributor. So I think if I was a turtle, I would pick this enclosure. Super full, super cluttered, but in an organized sort of way. Got all those beautiful live plants. I don't know if they're edible or what. Maybe not. I mean, there's an air plant there, so probably not. But I really like that, the way it separates everything. You got the heating and stuff. I don't know why Yoda's in here, but I'll ignore that. Got hides. Everything just blends in really well. I think it's a great use of space in this enclosure. I really like it. Why not give it 5 stars? I'd say this one gives 5 stars, and the tortoise looks happy. This one's pretty neat. It's very put together. It looks very professional. You got the incubator, so something's cooking away in there, I assume. I don't remember picking this one for the video. I mean, yeah. Why did I add this to the video? I don't have anything to say about it. It's just reptile room. It's a nice reptile room. If I give it a lower review, I have to have some sort of criticism to add about it. So I don't have any criticism. How can I not have criticism? How do I, of all people, have no criticism? 4 stars. I got no criticism, really. Why does he look like that? It looks like someone dropped a book on his head. 1 star. This one's cute, actually. The fact that you got a hat on a tokay gecko and his mouth isn't open, I am thoroughly impressed by. And he looks healthy too, which seems to be very hard to come by for tokay geckos. So 4 star. When I need to just do a video actually rating the reptiles. But 4 stars for this guy. What is this? What is this comparison? We were on such a roll for the most part, and now we got this. See, there's no context. It doesn't say, oh, this is my temporary setup, or oh, this is my quarantine setup. It's just a picture, and it has hashtag GoHerping review of a bearded dragon in a tub this wide with some dried up kale or something, and a rock and that. What am I supposed to say about this? I was gonna say B+ for effort, but there's not really any effort. It's just paper towel and a rock. I just need context. Until then, it's another 1 star. This is a lot of 1 stars for one video. That's a nice picture. This is Mama Greg. It's like the expectation of being in Hollywood versus the reality, the behind the scenes of a Hollywood star, because this is such a beautiful image, and then you just got that. It shows toads are some of the most personable animals out there, believe it or not. This one, I think what I've realized is that one of the other enclosures I gave 5 stars, which is still like one of my favorites, it had like flowers and stuff. I think I'm just a sucker for flowers. I never thought I'd say that, but the pink really brings it out. Like imagine this without the flowers, and I'll be like, 2 stars, but then the flowers is like, 3 stars. I think it's pretty nice though. I have a feeling the gecko doesn't care about the flowers, but I do. And I give it 3.5 because there's flowers. That is a fancy pillow. This is the most like Instagram aesthetic bearded dragon enclosure I've ever seen. You got like the geometric decor from Target. You've got the like mood stones that give you a nice aura in your space. You've got the celestial hammock thing, and you've got the little meditation pillow. I just think this is funny. Like it's pretty creative. It's one of the most creative. It seems like everything probably works. And there's a nice aura because of the rocks, so it gets 4 stars. And it's got tile, and I like using tile for beardies, even if not everyone does. I do. This one, although it doesn't look like, oh wow, that's so beautiful, it's actually a really nice use of vertical space for BCI, because like my problem with Rosie is I never really give her enough climbing space. I've never just, I'll like sometimes stick some large logs in there, but this one is truly like secured on top, so it gets to really explore the whole area. You've got the cork just tied by rope, which was probably plenty strong, and you actually just installed a shelf. I think this is really cool. And I didn't think about installing a shelf in an enclosure. I might steal that idea. So since I steal it, I feel like it's only fair to give it a high review. And overall, I mean, it's got everything it needs. It's got the caged CHE, and you're good to go. So 4 stars for this one. No 2 stars yet. Let's see if we can get a 2 star. Not yet. I'm rooting for you. You had me at aloe. Okay. That's a little cringy, but this is, I was gonna say it's like an Aztec look until I saw those, and that's kind of a Pinterest look. Somewhere in between, and then there's I thought it was an elephant at first. I don't think that's an elephant. I think this is, straight on, this is a neat look. You've got little plants up there. What is this for? A leopard gecko? Oh, it's for a bearded dragon. Why did I say leopard gecko? I don't know. It's very different. See, the more reviews I do or ratings, it's harder to find enclosures that stand out and that have a completely different style. And this one achieves it. It's totally different while achieving everything the dragon wants. Aloe vera is edible, even though it looks like he hasn't eaten any of it. Same way I put some in my box turtle Harriet's enclosure, and she just never touches it for some reason. 4 stars. Why do I always say 4 stars in a really high-pitched tone? 4 stars. This is demonic. This is a sleep paralysis demon. 0 stars. Moving on to this one with a little dumpy tree. Is that a dumpy tree frog? I think so. It looks like a dumpy tree frog. I look at it and I just say cool. I don't have anything to add. It's cool. It's 3-star cool. It's cool. This is not cool. This makes me uncomfortable. This makes me more uncomfortable than the sleep paralysis demon Crusty gecko. But it's a leopard gecko, so 5 stars. But I don't want to look at it anymore. Goodbye. This one, speaking of creepy, this one gives me those, like, you know, the YouTube compilations, like places you've seen in your dreams, or like somewhat familiar creepy places. This image, I feel, belongs in it. I think it's a mix of the framing of it, with the symmetry, with the white thing, with the pink wall, with the faded look, and the stickers. I feel like it's intended just to be cute, but it's more on the creepy side, but in a good way. Like a cool creepy. Like you walk into your room and you get chills, and you're like, ooh. So I don't know if that's what you're going for, but if it is, it gets 5 stars for that. If you're going for cute, I give it 3 stars because it's not quite there. So 5 stars or 3 stars, take whichever you want based on what you are going for. This one's actually kind of similar to the Aztec. Actually, no, it's pretty different. This is not what I would do for a leopard gecko, but it's got little LED lamps. I have a feeling the gecko doesn't care, but I care, and that's what matters when looking at animal husbandry. Does GoHerping care? And I care. Yeah, mi casa. I assume it's like a Mexican vibe. It gives me like very traditional. I don't know anything about Mexican culture, but I'd say it fits. Does it? You tell me. I don't know. But I love the look. It's really cute, and it looks like a lot of work went into it. The attention to detail, and the gecko looks happy. So I'm happy, and I give it 4 stars. But happy 4 stars. No sad 4 star. What is that? Is that a hedgehog? Why is it so crusty? Why are its nails so long? Why is Is that alive? It looks kind of mummified. I don't even know what this is, let alone if it's supposed to look like this, but it's making me uncomfortable. And this one gets 2 stars, but very sad stars. Is he okay? Can someone tell me if he's okay? Maybe he's fine. Don't ask me, I don't know. I'm just guessing. We have Abraham Lincoln on my feed. That head is so tall. What is it made of? It's a leopard gecko, 5 stars. Moving on. This one, I think it's the first caiman we've actually had in one of these videos. Still little, or wait, it's a dwarf caiman. I guess it's always little. I was gonna say it's still little, it's not big yet. I honestly don't know how big they get. This is a neat enclosure. Like, for the small amount of space you've got, I feel like you've been able to fit a lot of decor and stuff in it. You've got the plants, like it looks really just like the edge of a water source with the little plants growing up. I guess that's what you're going for. You got the driftwood and lots of water space. Don't ask me how to care for a caiman, so I don't know if this is right, but it looks cool. I like it. He's actually pretty cute. I never really look at caimans. I've seen a few in person, but I always kind of just walk by him. He's pretty cute in a creepy way. Yeah, 3.5. GoHerping kitchen. By the way, I'm the guy that made a diss track on you. I know there's a diss track on me. Is that a washing machine in your kitchen? Wait, is this a kitchen or a laundry room? No, there's a kettle. I love those things. That all looks great. I like the black granite. I like the backsplash. Why is there a washing machine? I don't know. I like it though. 4 stars. Another kitchen. I didn't actually think people would post their kitchens. It literally has no reptiles in it. It's great. It's a fine kitchen. I don't know how to rate kitchens. 3 stars. I like the other kitchen more, but this one's fine too. I'd be fine with it. It's clean. It's put together. It's white. I like the floor. A good kitchen. And to finish it off. Wait, why is this to finish it off? It's a Crusty Gecko. That's it. It's a Crusty Gecko tagged GoHerping kitchen. Where's your kitchen? I just went through every image and there's no kitchen.
Negative 10 stars.
That's it for reviewing these. I don't know how many more reviews I can do. I don't want them to get repetitive, but I am going to rate your reptiles cutest to ugliest with hashtag GoHerping Reptile. I think that's what it was. Hopefully you enjoyed. This is a cool mix. I am very impressed how much creativity there can still be despite us looking at hundreds of enclosures and reptile rooms together. So keep it up. I appreciate the inspiration. I almost am inspired enough to clean my own room. Not yet though. Maybe next time. That'll be it for this video. I'm Alex. Thanks for watching.